Hey guys, welcome. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys this brown olive eyeshadow I did here. Hope you guys love it because I actually love it. It's one of my favorites when it comes to fall. And also the most important thing is I am using only drugstore products. Yes, I'm bringing you guys another video using just drugstore products. So yeah, let's get into this video. I need to stop talking. I've been drinking a lot of Red Bull, honestly, because I didn't get any sleep last night. So yeah, if I'm a little hyper, blame it on the Red Bull. So yeah, let's get started. I need to stop talking and let's get started. So you guys can see I already did my eyebrows and I did this eye because that way I can just show you guys what I did on that eye with this eye. The palette we're going to be using today is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Armed Gorgeous palette. This palette is actually beautiful. It's one of my favorite. Yes, I know I say that in all my palettes, but can you judge me? All palettes are beautiful. Is gorgeous. I love this palette especially because fall is coming. As you guys can see, there's a lot of brown tones, even green tones, white, so you can use this a lot for fall. So we're gonna start out by priming our eyes with our Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. And remember not to put a lot of product, just put what you need to be able to fill those lids up. Just blend that out. Oh, by the way, you guys, I went shopping actually yesterday, and I found this sponge. It's called, let me see. It's actually the Camo concealer sponge, and I've heard so many good things about it that I decided to purchase it. And yes, it is amazing, especially for those inner corner areas, like for example this one right here, in this, where you can't get in with the big sponge because it's harder to get in those areas. This one will do the work, so definitely make sure you guys get your hands on it. I know it's not a new product, it came out a while ago, but it's new to me. Next, we're actually going to start with our eyeshadow. We're going to start out with this one right here. It's called Access, and we're going to be starting out with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. I'm going to grab some of that color, tap the Access, and I'm going to be putting this right here in that crease, just blending that out. It is a soft eyeshadow. I'm gonna even bring it up here closer to my eyebrow and bring it down here because it's very soft, so you can actually just put it all the way up here closer to your eyebrow. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Okay, I grabbed a little bit more and just blending that out. So just keep blending, make sure you're blending up here. And when you blend up here where that color finishes, make sure you're blending that part out too. Really small feathery blend, just because if you don't blend that part out, it's gonna look really harsh and you don't want that. Even if your brush doesn't have products, that's fine. Just blend it out, really soft feathery blending. I'm gonna add a little bit more. You guys, I'm gonna have to apologize because we have the AC on again. LA has been really hot, especially with these fires going on. We're not near any fire, but it's still hot. Like last time when I was wanting to take a picture on the balcony, I even couldn't because the sky looks so gloomy and so like red and orange. It didn't look right. So it's even sad to even go out and look at the sky like that because of the air is so contaminated that you can barely even breathe to even go out. You know, it's weird when I first moved to LA, when fall will come, because I've been in LA for 3 years. I'm about to be 4 years here, which is crazy because time flies by so quick. When I first moved to LA, when fall season come, I would not even like think it was fall because it's still so hot in LA. It's still like 98, even 112 sometimes, that I don't realize it's fall until like the pumpkin brew latte comes out. I think that's what's called in Starbucks. I'm like, oh, okay, it's fall time, which is funny because in Kentucky it's already, I think it's already kind of cold, and it snows there, and that's what I miss for Christmas. I miss those snowy Christmas days that you don't really get in LA, which is sad. So once we have that really blended out, we're moving on to our next shade, which is this one right here, and this one is called Axis. I'm using a smaller blending brush, and it's actually smaller, not as fluffy as the other one. We're gonna be using this one right here, throwing that Axis, and I'm gonna be putting this eyeshadow right here on the crease, and I'm just gonna blend that eyeshadow. I'm not gonna bring it upwards where we just blended that other eyeshadow. We're just gonna keep it in our crease and bring it down a little bit in our lower lid right here. So blending that out in the crease, and bring it down a little bit in our eyelid. And when I get right here to blending, sometimes I even like push my eyebrow up like this, that way I can have more access on blending this part out. You know what's funny, that when I first moved to LA, I would even like, I remember telling Sylvester, I will be like, why are people using really big like coats? It's not even that cold over here. But now it's funny because I'm that type of person that I use really big coats even if it's not freezing, but it's because I can't stand the cold anymore. And now I'm like, oh, I get why they use big coats. You're not used to cold weather when you're from the West Coast, because it's always hot here. So when I go to Kentucky, my parents and my sisters, they make fun of me. They're like, it's not even that cold, and I'm like, yes it is. It's funny. For our third eyeshadow, we're going to be using this green one right here. It is so gorgeous. This green is honestly what caught my attention with this palette. I was like, I need to grab it. I love that green. I hadn't seen that green in other palette, so I was like, I need it, which is called Top Secret. And I'm going to be grabbing the Anastasia brush that I got with one of her palettes, and I'm grabbing the smaller side, which is like a flat side. And I'm going to be dipping into this color, throwing a little bit of the Axis, and putting this right here on the eyelid. And we're going to cover this green eyeshadow all through our eyelid. And then we're grabbing a little bit more, and we're putting more on right here on the top of our eyelid. You don't want to pass that eyelid. You don't want to put it like on your crease. You just want to put it on the lower part of the crease, if that makes sense. Once we did that, we're going to be grabbing a blending brush with a more pointy brush. I'm going to show you guys the difference of the brushes. So these are the three brushes that we have used for the eyeshadows. For example, this was the first one. So you guys can see it is a more fluffier and bigger brush to blend. That's the one we use to put it here in our crease and even upper in our eyebrow place. And then this was the second one. It's a blending brush as well, but it's smaller. And that's the one we use for our crease right here, that brown one that we put for a crease. In the lower part of our eyelid. And then this is the one that we're going to use right now. It is a pointer brush. It's still a blending brush, but it has a point on it. We're going to be using this one. I'm going to grab it all the way down for a more feathery, soft eyeshadow blend. And I'm going to be blending only this part out, like the end where my eyelid ends, right here on this area. And we're just going to be blending that out. Really soft, feathery blend, you guys. Don't be too harsh on it, just soft. You want that transition of the colors to be soft, so make sure you're blending that softly. Okay, once you blended that out really well, you're gonna go back into that green eyeshadow, and with the same brush that you're using, you're gonna tap it through the axis, and you're gonna be blending that eyeshadow on the same spot that you just blended out. We want to add a little bit more of that color in that crease. We want to give it a little bit more of a depth. We're actually gonna go back into our Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and we're gonna be using the flat brush that we use for the green eyeshadow. We're gonna be dipping into it again, throwing that axis out, and we're just gonna be putting this on just this part of our eyelid, just on the beginning of our eyelid, just because blending it out, it took some of that product out. We're actually gonna go back to this eyeshadow, the first eyeshadow we used, which called Access. We don't want to grab a lot, just a little bit, and we're gonna be blending that color right here on the very top of our eyebrow. For our eyeliner, we are gonna be using the NYX Epic Link Liner, and it looks just like this. It's a very thin, pointy liner. Once we're done with the eyeliner, we are going to be cleaning the under part here of our eyeliner. We're going to be using our Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. We're going to be grabbing this really small pointy brush from Doe Color. You don't want a lot of product, a little bit, otherwise it's going to smudge out your eyeliner, and you don't want that. Just do a straight line, just like this. And just bringing that product down. Grabbing our Camo concealer sponge, and we're just gonna be tapping that lower side just like this. Before we move to foundation, we're actually gonna be using the E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm just grab 2 of my fingers, just do kind of like a circle, and just put it here on my T-zone area. I hadn't tried this product out, but I've heard so many good things about it that I decided to just buy it and try it, and I've been trying it for the past 2 weeks, and I actually love this product. It does help your foundation look so much smoother, so I love that. And I'm gonna put a little bit here on the side of cheeks. A lot of people use it on their T-zone area, but I put it honestly all over my face. Not a lot, a little bit all over my face. I feel like it really does help to last my makeup even longer. Moving on, we're actually going to be covering this under eyes right here. My ojeras are so bad today. We are going to be using the NYX Dark Circle Concealer 02 Light Pale. I just put this product right here on my under eyes area where you can see all that darkness because of me not sleeping. And for foundation, we're actually going to be using the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Foundation. I actually love this foundation. You guys know I'm not a matte person foundation. I don't like matte foundations just because they dry up on my face just way too much, and I don't like the feeling of it, so I always go towards dewy foundations. But when I heard so many good reviews about this, I decided to just give in, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. And the reason why I decided to put this on my video is because this foundation is only $12, and it is such a nice foundation, you guys. And I actually went to their website and read what this foundation was, It says it's a cruelty-free foundation. It's sand finish, oil-free, hydrating, long wear, lightweight formula, and vitamin E. Like, when I read all that, I was like, okay, it's a must. I need really to try this. The way I use this foundation, I actually put a little bit on my hand, and I grab a little bit on my finger and just start putting it through my face just like this. I was playing with this foundation for a while already, and I feel like this is the best way that it just goes on smooth. Now I'm gonna be grabbing my foundation brush. This one is from Doe Color, and I'm just gonna be blending this product out. So you can actually order this foundation on their website. It's called beautycreationscosmetics.com. I got it honestly when I went downtown in LA on the alley. They have their own spot there where they sell their products, and that's where I got their foundation. Plus it's a Latina brand, and I'm Latina, so I wanted to support them, and I really love their products. We're gonna be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm going to be using my Camo concealer sponge. Next, we're going to be using this E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And I'm just going to be using this here, especially today, because, girl, these under eyes are no joke. Next, we are going to be grabbing our Airspun translucent powder and our Camo concealer sponge. We're just going to be, you know, cleaning this area, making sure everything is all good before we go in with that powder. I'm going to be grabbing some of that powder and just putting it down here where I put my concealer. Moving on to bronzers. We're gonna be using the one I always use, which is the Sunkissed. You know what's funny? I was gonna use a different product, but then I realized, wait, this is a drugstore product for makeup. I can't use that, so that's gonna be on another video because I definitely need to show you guys that product. But this one works as well, especially for drugstore products. It's my go-to. You guys know I've used this in all my videos. For blush, we're going to be using the Milani on 02 Floral Fantasy. And we're going to be dipping into this pink one right here and also into this one right here, these two. Just putting it on the apples of my cheeks. Next, we're going to be grabbing a brush. I use this one to remove all that excess powder that we had down there. Going back to my bronzer, I'm going to be using this to contour my nose. I want to know what's y'all's favorite fall drink. Honestly, I'm not really the type of person that has a favorite one. The one I always drink is the original Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, I believe it's called. And that's my go-to one, just because it's the original one. But if you guys have like one that you guys are like in love with in Starbucks, let me know, like comment down below. Next, we're moving on to our translucent powder again, and we're gonna be grabbing our beauty blender, tapping it onto it, and we're gonna be putting this on the side of our nose here to contour. And right here as well. And we're gonna be just lining this area right here. We want that line to be snatched. We want it to look like we contour, but we really didn't. Moving on to eyelashes, we are going to be using the Eylure London by Jamine Brown. I already went and put on my eyelashes, put a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. Next, we're actually going to be removing this powder that we have, grabbing my brush and just removing this part out. For our lip liner, we are going to be using the NYX lip liner in color Nutmeg. Next, we're going to be grabbing this Milani lipstick. It's in the color 01 Lavish. We're actually going to be using another product from Milani. It's their lip gloss. It's in color 120, She's All That. Now, FYI, I'm going to give you guys a heads up on this one. It is very sticky. So if you guys don't like that sticky like feeling on your lips, then this one's probably not one for you guys. But if you guys don't mind it, then this one is a good one. I actually like it. I don't mind it, so I use this one a lot. For setting spray, we are going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Before we finish with this video, I forgot a highlighter. I know, right? How could I? Wet n Wild Mega Glow. So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys love this look. It's actually, like I said, one of my favorite looks when it comes to fall. Yeah, so I hope you guys try it out, and before we leave, don't forget to give this video a big like, and also don't forget to subscribe down to my channel, and also hit that bell ring button so you guys can get notified every time I post a video for you guys. And also don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But yeah, that was it for today's all drugstore fall makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.